Hey, my friends. Oh my God. You have no idea how fast I've run to catch up with the sunset. Oh, Lord. Today is such a beautiful day. It's been sunny at some point. About now it's like 10 minutes to 4 o'clock, and the sun will be going down soon in less than an hour. I think it's in about 4:30. Then it will be start getting dark. Yeah, but at least they're not. It's not so cloudy. Although I can see the clouds are forming and getting closer and closer. Yeah, so I've been running to be able to catch these moments, to see the light. I am just a sunset chaser. And when I was coming here, or getting to this space and trying to figure out what I shall be talking about in this video, I got myself thinking about self-love and self-preservation. It's so often that we keep talking about, love your neighbor, love your friends and even enemies. But do we ever talk about loving yourself? And if you ask me, you'll never be able to love anyone if you don't love yourself. Let that sink in. You need to love yourself first to be able to truly love someone else. And until that moment, you will be trying to love, to be loved actually. What you think you're loving is just you trying to cry out for help, or trying to make somebody else love you, or trying to actually trying maybe to even love yourself, just trying to prove your worth. And that is also why you see most people fall in love, being in a relationship. They think they love this person, and then they end up getting very disappointed because this person is not changing and being like the way they wanted them to be. And for me, that translates to trying to love that bit of you, but projecting it into someone else. So if that person doesn't change to be like the way you want them to be, which is how you're supposed to be or who you are, then you start getting angry. Anyway, that is just my own translation of it. It's not because I'm a psychologist or anything. I don't know. It's just my thoughts. So what is self-love, as in, and what is the difference between self-love and self-absorption or selfishness? And I think self-love is loving the core of you, loving that person that you are, the soul, the spirit, the no ego part of you, loving you intrinsically, like loving you from within, not wanting to be loved, or not confirming love from what you get from outside, from external factors. These are really my thoughts. It's just how I understand life. Oh, look at that tree and the sunset. So gorgeous. But whereas the other part of, selfishness or self-absorption is just that ego, is the ego. And ego is not necessarily bad all the time, but when it takes over, when it's all about me, that's when the ego needs to take a chill pill. But I think that is also, I think that is the self-absorption and selfishness is when the ego takes over, and it just becomes about you, me. And not being able to love despite the dark days or the hardships and all that. Anyway, today, as you can hear, I'm a bit out of my breath because I've been running. But I just wanted to say, whatever you do, practice loving yourself. You know, the other extreme of the other side of not loving yourself and, loving everybody else but yourself, it's when, especially like parents, mothers and dads and even like aunties and uncles, you love your kids or your nephews and your nieces so much more than, like, you sacrifice so much of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with sacrifice, but don't deny yourself love in the name of loving someone else, because even you deserve love. And you will be able to love your children better if you're able to love yourself. You're going to teach your children a lot of lessons if they can see that their mom loves herself, values her own time. They'll be able to, you will be a mirror to them. They will be able to also give themselves the freedom to love themselves, while they're also able to love other people. And I'm really not criticizing any parent who wants to self-sacrifice in the name of their children or in the name of their spouses. I think that is also, it's fine, and it's your choice in life. But just remember to also love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself the way you're treating your child. Give yourself that love that you're also giving your child, that you're also giving your spouse. I don't know, maybe it's not so easy to explain, but I hope you all understand what I'm trying to say. See, the sun is now, the clouds have covered up, or the clouds have come above the sun. So I'm really happy I ran. Because also these days it's so rare to get a glimpse of sunshine. And just being out here improves my moods, That is also something else, like, hey guys, this is my day 5. I can't believe it. I even forgot. That's usually my intro. Yeah, welcome to my day 5 of daily walking challenge for a whole year. That means I have only 360 days to go. This is fantastic. I should honestly exactly give myself some love, like buy myself a treat. Yeah. Oh my god, today I feel very excited. And to be honest, I've had a tough day, but it has ended up okay. I've had some difficult conversations, just recognition of some things that are just not working, and trying to figure it out, trying to make it work, and doing it with respect, I hope. But everything turns out all right. And I was lucky enough to catch the sunset. So, thank you for walking with me. And thank you for walking with me the last 4 days. And all the other days. I mean, it's not the first time I'm vlogging. But you know what I mean. This challenge I've given myself. Really, really excited and grateful to the people who are commenting, who are watching, because it just really gives me the motivation. And even when I'm feeling like I can't do this walk, I can't get out of the house today, even when I feel like that, I still get out, because I'm really truly grateful for the people who are encouraging me, who are walking with me. Even if you're not literally walking, but just watching my videos and commenting really feels like you're taking these walks with me. And oh, yeah, and actually today, in terms of how I feel about, motivation to walk, I must say, oh, beautiful church bells. I must say that today wasn't so tough. I have felt like it was easy to get out, but it really matters so much that the sun is shining. The sun was shining and I could see from my window beautiful light, and it just makes a whole big difference. But I also think the consistency, being able to see that, okay, I've already done 4 days, my body is not so scared of doing the the 5th day, because it feels like it's just a norm. It's becoming a norm. It becomes part of my daily habits, my daily routines. Oh, beautiful church bells. I think it's 4 o'clock. That's why the bells are ringing. So they're gonna do 16 of them. I haven't even experienced that actually before. Yeah, so apropos habits and routines and the question of consistency, like, it's so tough from day one. Okay, day one was fine because I was already outside. I remember when I got this idea, and then I was like, oh, the sun is shining. Let me just start recording now. But day 2 was tough. Day 3 was even tougher. Day 4 was honestly unbearable, but I still pushed myself. But it really feels like, and I think it's my brother who taught me this, yeah, my younger brother. And I think it's somewhere he's read from one of those self-help books. Like, if you do something, make it a routine. And then if you keep consistently doing it, I think, was it 30 days or 60 days? It becomes like a habit. And if you continue with that habit, it becomes like a part of you, like, second to nature. So then it doesn't become like hard for you to get to do it because it's become part of your habit. And when you continue doing that, then it becomes even your personality. And this, I don't know why, I feel like I always end up rotating to the same topic, because when you make it as a personality, then it becomes your personal reality. And therefore, if it's something like this, for me, I feel like walking daily or walking in general is really good for me. So if I do this and make it a habit, or a routine and a habit, and eventually becomes a personality, eventually it creates my personal reality, because honestly, if you keep walking for 30 days, your reality is, walking becomes part of your personal reality. And again, that is me choosing how I want my reality to become. So that is actually me creating my reality. That is actually me creating my life. So this is what I'm always talking about. Let me go back. Let me turn around and show you where I have been, where I have walked. You see the end of that little tarmac road? All the way over there. So far away. Oh, someone is on the road with a bicycle. Where are you seeing those trees? Yeah, I came all the way from there. But I got my sunset, and that does make a difference. So, as I was talking about creating your personal reality, so it's just about developing habits or taking up new routines and making them stick, making them your new habits. And it can be anything. It can be eating more salads if you want to change your diet or improve your diet. I mean, I'm hoping that if you haven't been eating a lot of salads, then it's nice to incorporate salads. Oh, I never noticed there are horses here. Let me zoom them. There we go. Beautiful horses. Oh, I never noticed the horses. I've always been walking here. So, as I was saying, yeah, I mean, just an example. You know, if you're not into eating a lot of salads, and then they say salads are good for you, vitamin D, vitamin C, fiber, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Oh, look at that garden. Yeah, it's yeah, what am I saying? If you keep doing it consistently, make it part of your diet, it's just going to improve your lifestyle, your health, but you need to consistently do it. I'm losing my focus, so yay, today I'm in a yellow scarf. So, yeah, my point is keep doing the same thing, and eventually it will become a habit. It will become part of your personality and part of your personal reality, and it will become second to nature. And then you move on to the next thing that you want to improve in your life. I mean, you don't have to do it one thing at a time, but it's also very hard sometimes to, I don't know, run 10 kilometers, eat just salads and whatever and protein. But you know what I mean? You can do step by step. And then tomorrow, yeah, you make some more salads. If it's about salads. Okay, now I'm really blabbering. I'm just coming to the road. Yeah. Oh my God, it's already 18 minutes. I want to walk through this little village and get to a big what, like a piece of land, and where there's just clear, and then maybe I'll end there, then I run home. Yeah. So my friends, if you are listening still, yeah, try to see what steps you can do to create the new reality that you want to have. Look at that cute house. These houses, you may be so surprised to find out like it's from 1800s or 1700s. These German style, I think they're German style binding work. They're very, very old houses. But that's also the best thing here. I think in Europe, people really preserve their homes. So that's one thing that I was really surprised when I came here. I found, look at the one in front of me again. There's one, thatched one. Let me come closer to it, you'll see. That one is so old. Again, it's also one of those with binding work. But people preserve things here. Especially coming from Kenya, we just have new houses, and that's also a prestigious thing, especially when you look like you have a big house and smart and brand new, while here I think it's more like, look at that house, how have you been conserving your homes? There's more prestige in that. So, again, oh, I'm sorry, I'm dragging this one. If you're still here with me, I appreciate. But I don't want to just end. I want to be in a good place, to end it nicely, quietly. Yeah, but it's such a nice day today. Oh my God. Yesterday, like now, it was all very dark, like literally so dark. No matter, it's still cold. I have to wear my gloves. My fingers are frozen. There's a car passing. Sorry, the noise. That's why I like being in the forest. My goodness. So, yeah. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, creating your reality. I think I also talked about that yesterday in the other video. So today we just talk about creating your personal happiness. You know. I mean, I know I'm all over the place, but I keep talking about the things that I care about. And it's, as I've always said, I'm not a coach, I'm not a therapist or anything. I'm just here trying to live my life. And the things I'm speaking out loud are the things I'm actually trying to live, to implement in my own life. So when I talk about personal happiness, I am trying to create that personal happiness in my own life. I think this is what 46 years of age have done for me. I think some other people are lucky to have learned it earlier in life. But for me, it really took a while. I don't mean like I'm not finding it out now, but it took it's in my 40s when I realized that my happiness actually depends on me. And why? When I say that, it really it's even funny. Look at that house too. Goodness, all houses here are really old. But it's because it's like a village. Yeah, it's a little village. So these houses have been here forever. Hey, look at these birds. There's so many. They are so noisy. I think they're ravens. Or crows. Somebody who knows about birds, tell me. What birds are they? Look at that huge beak. Okay. Maybe I scared them, I don't know. It wasn't on purpose. The animals enjoy. Yeah, so what I was saying was, yeah, do you know how long it took me? A proper 40 years to figure that my personal happiness really depends on me. I'm even laughing at the thought that just crossed my mind now, or rather in my 40s. But that's how it is. It's because, I don't know if it's because of what we have been trained us to kind of just look for our own personal happiness, joy, love from outside. Have we been trained to find our happiness from someone else? Do we expect to find our happiness from our parents? Like to have validation that we are good enough from someone else? I really think that's a problem. And it's something we have been trained since we were kids. We just never, most of us, I know there are people who are, I know especially the new parents and the young parents, millennials, and I think you guys are way ahead of us. Like, you know how to make your children be individuals, be real small human beings on their own from day one. But I think when we were growing up, when we were kids, our parents were so busy just trying to make ends meet, especially from my background, Kenyan background. I come from parents who are torn between the modern life and the traditional life and trying to figure the balance of that. You know, I really understand my parents and appreciate what they've done. But no buts, full stop. Their way of loving was the way they knew. They were protecting me and helping me to maneuver that life that they also did not know about. Like everything was so brand new to them. They were guiding us to a life that they did not know about. And I think it's like that for every generation. But I think there was such a huge transition from when my mother was young to when I was young. You know, so they're just a whole other new world she was leaving me to, or bringing me into, from what she had when she was a kid. My mom was born in the 50s or 40s or late 40s, and that's when people of our community, they were in the forest fighting for independence. That was a state of emergency in Kenya. So when she was a little girl, there was just so much insecurity going on. There was so much instability going on. And families were broken. A story for another day. That one I'll need to talk about on a video of its own. But going to personal awareness and personal love and acceptance, and it's really long story, to cut the long story short, all I'm just saying is it just really depends on you to make yourself happy. Your husband, your wife, your children, especially don't give your children the burden to make you happy. Like, as parents, let's stop putting that guilt and that burden on our children. Like, oh, I'm so sad you did this. Don't put that on your child. Deal with your own issues and sadness. Yeah, it's not upon the child to make you happy, to give you your happiness. It's upon you. And also it's not upon your spouse, your partner, your siblings or your mother to make you happy. It's really upon you. So cultivate the self-happiness. And how do you do that? I like to find solutions. How do you find your own happiness? Figure out the things that make you happy. You know, if you have to write them down. Like, there's some people who are like, I don't even know what makes me happy anymore. Or you're thinking, what makes me happy is, you start thinking about what makes someone else happy, and then you start thinking that is what makes you happy. But that is what you do to make that person happy. Or that's probably what that person does to find their own happiness. Yours is your own unique thing. Find out what makes your heart sing, your heart tick, what gives you a smile in your face, what can keep you up in the night. You can't sleep just because you're so excited about something. What gives you peace, you know? Sometimes, like this, walking in this place, not a sight to behold, gives me so much peace. And this is one of my ways of finding my own happiness. So this is, yeah, and maybe making a nice cup of tea after you come home from work, sitting in front of the TV, just letting time pass. Don't guilt don't guilt trip yourself saying, oh, I'm not doing anything, oh, I'm not working, oh, I should be doing cleaning and cooking and all that interesting stuff. No. For me, I think you're sitting down, resting. It's part of self-love. It's part of self-preservation. And you probably need that to be able to take a breather and to be able to even make a meal or clean the house. So, dear friends, yeah, let's find what makes us happy and then do them. But sometimes really you have to call yourself a little meeting because it's just hard to, you have been doing the same things all over again, all your life. And then that just becomes the habit, and you're not happy, but you're doing it because you've always been doing it. And you don't know how to get out of that. Even if you know for sure that it doesn't make you happy, that it actually brings sadness to you. And that is really hard. That's a really hard situation. I'm sure I will come and talk about this in another video, because I don't know, I feel like it's a good point. It's an important point to raise. You know, when you're stuck in a space, you don't know how you found yourself there, or maybe it's just, maybe you can figure the time you found yourself there, but you don't know how to get out of there. It's been years. You've been doing the same things. You've been, laughing at the same jokes and living with the same people, but you're thinking, or hanging out with the same people, but you're thinking, I don't get any fulfillment from this. Or maybe you're thinking, 3 years ago this made sense, but now I have had so much self-growth, self-development, that I'm in a different space. But I'm so used to hanging out with these friends of mine or these people, and I'm not throwing any shades at my friends. I love my friends. They're really part of my growth, and they encourage me and support me, and we're growing together. But I know that feeling where you're like, this was fun 3 years ago, but it's not anymore. And mostly it's because you have outgrown it. I didn't realize I could do this video like this. You've outgrown it. So, again, self-protection, self-care is to actually figuring, maybe I need to say goodbye to these friends. Some friends are there for some time, some are for a lifetime. But they've served their purpose, they've done their thing. And say goodbye and do it from a sober place, just like not from resentment or bitterness. Maybe even sometimes you can have a talk with them, a chat, a little conversation, and explain to them that I'm so sorry I can't be able to see you anymore, or as often as we've been seeing each other, because your lifestyle has changed or your life demands have changed. Yeah, but my friends, I think, oh my God, it's 33 minutes right now, and I'm gonna have to say goodbye because I'm getting to the forest. I've really walked. I think I've walked for like an hour. Preserve your personal happiness and peace, and acknowledge the growth that have taken place in your life, and honor it. So every single day counts, every single day matters. So spend those days the best way you know how. And I'm wishing you a beautiful day today and tomorrow, and depending on when you're watching it. Thank you for being with me, for hanging out with me, and And I really, really appreciate you so much. I don't know why this became such a long video. I think it's really because I wanted to be able to take a deep breath when I said a proper goodbye. I didn't want to just end it abruptly. And again, as you know me, being in quiet, in silence, in quiet places, in solitude is one of the places where I find a lot of peace. And being in these woods, which I am in now, does that trick for me. Just having conversations with deers and birds and and all that. So, my dear friends and supporters and cheerleaders, oh man, I am like so proud that I've reached day 5. But again, I'm also feeling like I couldn't have done this without your support. Really, like 2 days ago, I was like, hell, I can't do this. I don't have to walk. I can't walk. Today is cold and dark and windy. Then I remembered someone yesterday wrote a nice comment and told me to keep moving. And also I gave my word. And I really, really love keeping my word. So I wanna thank you for that. Already I know it's because of you and your encouragement that I'm able to record this. To be able to keep my word and walk in the forest and walk and record and throw it up every single day. So yeah, if you haven't noticed, I'm throwing these videos every single day at 8 p.m. my time, Western European time. I think that's probably like 8. I think, is it 6 hours behind? Oh my god. Oh no, it's a dog. I thought it was a fox. I thought it was a fox. Then I realized it's a dog walker. Nobody can be walking a fox. Oh my god, yeah. I think, I put them up at 8 p.m. And I think my sister lives in Virginia. I think that's probably 6 hours behind or 7 hours behind. So it's about 1 o'clock maybe. I don't know. Kenya right now, because of the winter time, it's 2 hours. Kenya is 2 hours ahead of us. So they're pretty late. So it's like 10 p.m. in Kenya. Yeah. So my friends, thank you for your support. Thank you so much for your love. And I'm wishing you love and kindness your way. And most of all, I'm really wishing you love to self. Love yourself every single day to be able to love someone else. Even if it's to love your child, you really need to love yourself first to be able to love even your child fully, to be present for your child fully. And think about the things that make you happy. Work towards them. It's not always like every single day that you will be able to achieve those, but as long as you're working towards that and taking it step by step, I think even just inside of you, you feel like you're going the right direction, and that is actually motivating enough. The other thing is, please figure the things that make you happy. The life is too short and too precious to live a mediocre life, so don't have to fit in a group, don't have to, if your friends like to live a certain lifestyle, you don't have to have that pressure. Because at the end of the day, you're lying down in bed alone, and the thoughts that cross your mind and feeling inadequate and feeling not good enough and not happy and not settled, you are alone in those moments. So really think, what is it that makes you happy? And then, before I go, the things that you do now, they set, again, as I say, they set the pace for how your future will be. If you take that step, that active step right now to for yourself happiness, in another 2 years you will look back and say, how the heck did I even live without this? And because of there's so much joy that you'll have received. So that is all I gotta say, besides asking you to truly embrace your own power. Part of reclaiming your happiness, it's because you have to realize you have power. And that power, sometimes you may feel powerless, but let me tell you, you have power. It may be it may be covered, or this which is the word, like it's inside of you, but there's so much going on, and maybe there's some people who are trying to control your life, and that may make you feel like you're powerless, but you have power. I'm forgetting the right word to use. But when you walk out from there, jump out of that cocoon and that comfort zone that you have been staying because you probably did not know how to get out of it, or it is a comfort zone, so you're afraid of taking risks, or of the future that you don't know about, But when you actually make that decision to finally get out of there and follow your dreams and your hopes, you will realize, just a minute. You will realize that you had that power all along. And actually the act of getting out of that space, that place you have been where you're not happy, it is the first act of reclaiming your power, which you already have. And then it will come out. Once you do those things, once you say those words, you will really feel powerful. And that will just have a spiral effect where you feel like, it just continues and continues and continues. Yeah, so I'm keeping on talking. Oh my God, it's already 40 minutes. I wonder who's watching me now. So I'll leave you at this. See how dark it is. Okay, it doesn't look so dark, but it is actually dark. It actually feels dark right now where I am. Yeah, so I'm urging you to show love and compassion to your neighbors, your friends, and even your enemies. They deserve it. And most of all, show love and compassion to yourself. You have worked so hard to get where you are. You have crossed so many mountains and so many rivers to stand where you're standing right now. You have no idea how powerful you are. Claim that power. Keep looking for that power. Don't let anybody turn or block your shine, cover your shine. Don't let anybody cut off your wings. You are capable of doing so much. You will change the world. You will change the world. One step at a time, one day at a time. But you need to take the first step. So I'm wishing you love, I'm wishing you happiness. I'm wishing you joy. And most of all, find that personal happiness. Bye.